Oil and Gas Safety Officer interview questions and answers. What is scaffolding? Scaffolding is a temporary working platform to provide supports to both men and materials for working place. It is used in maintenance, construction, and demolition work, etc. Types of scaffoldings: permanent scaffolding, hanging scaffolding, suspended scaffolding, mobile scaffolding. What are the points to be checked while green tagging erected scaffolding? Before using scaffold, check the tag, 7 days validity. The green tag we can use the scaffold, and red tag for not use, and yellow tag use only for scaffolding works. Level and firmness of the ground. Sole plate, base plate. Standards: ledger, transom, couplers, planks, boards, toe boards, bracing, guard rails, mid-rail, outriggers, ladders. What is potential hazards of scaffolding? Collapse of scaffolding, falling from a height, falling object, slip and trip hazards, pinch point hazards, sharp edges, opening without a guardrail, scaffold erection during the storm or high winds, raining, and poor visibility, blocking emergency access and walkways. What is the cause of scaffolding failure? Slipping of unsecured ladder, use of unsuitable scaffold or faulty materials, inadequate or irregular platform width, omission of guard rails or toe boards, failure to properly secure the scaffold to the building or to brace it adequately, overloading on the scaffold platforms. What is the precaution during scaffolding erection? Scaffolding erection, dismantling should be done under the supervision of a competent person, scaffolding supervisor. Red tag means danger, do not use, and green tag means scaffold complete, ready for use when completed. Gap between boards, planks should be 1 inch, 25 mm. Top guard rail, mid-rail, and toe boards should be provided. Guard rails and toe boards shall be fitted to the inside of standards. Guard rail should have a height between 915 mm, 0.9 meters or 90 centimeters or 3 feet, to 1143 mm, 1.15 meters or 39 inches. Toe board should be 6 inches, 15 centimeters, high and secured with toe board clips. If scaffold to be erected on soft ground, should be used sole plate. Workers shall be not working on scaffolds during storms or high winds or poor visibility. Sole plate shall extend under at least 2 standards. Base plates with screw jacks should be proper scaffold leveling adjustment. All standards shall be vertical. Ledgers shall be securely fixed to standards couplers. Scaffolds should be properly braced by cross-bracing or diagonal braces or both, for securing vertical members together. Access ladder must be provided for any platform and clamped with scaffold structure. Ladder should be 4:1 ratio and angle 750. Ladder should be rise 1 meter, 42 inch, above from the landing place/platform. Scaffold should be not obstruct access to, from any firefighting equipment, emergency equipment, operating area equipment, instrument and control panels, ladders, stairways, etc. Scaffold platform opening should be secured with guardrail and signboard. All scaffolding couplers should be tightened. What are the hazards associated with electricity? Hazards: inadequate wiring, exposed electrical parts, wire with bad insulation, undergrounded electrical systems and tools, Overloaded circuits. Damaged power tools and equipment. Using the wrong PPE and tools. Overhead power lines. All hazards are made worse in wet conditions. What are the precautions to be taken to avoid electrocution? All electrical work must be covered by an appropriate work permit. The authorized person approved by the relevant maintenance team can carry out electrical work. Electrical safety floor mats made from a special grade of insulating rubber shall be provided in front of switchboards or high-voltage equipment to protect personnel against accidental electric shock. Warning tape on top of buried cables and electrical cable tiles must be provided as an early warning notice for excavations. All portable electrical equipment must be approved by the maintenance team and shall be used as per suitability for the relevant area only. Do not reach blindly into areas that may contain energized parts. Do not enter into space where adequate lighting and working space is not available. Only industrial-type plugs and sockets shall be used on all locations other than offices and houses. All testing and measuring equipment used for the electrical works should be tested, calibrated and documented. Ensure all equipment is grounded and should be attached GFCI/ELCB. Inspect electrical equipments before use. Electrical panel, junction boxes, pull boxes and fitting must have approved covers. Unused openings in cabinets, boxes and fittings must be closed. Don't overload on a circuit. Maintain the distance from overhead power lines during the crane activity and scaffolding erection and other activities. All cable of power tools, portable tools should be double insulated. Don't use damaged extension cords and don't touch live wire and another wire at a different voltage. Damaged equipment must not be touched until isolated. Disconnect the power when not in use and when changing accessories. Use the appropriate PPE for the job. Competent, qualified and approved personnel should be carry out testing and energizing of the equipment. Electrical lockout and tag-out system should be used when working on electrical equipment. In the event of fire on electrical panel or equipment, the electrical power supply must be isolated and suitable fire extinguisher shall be used to extinguish the fire. What are the safety precautions you will take for a temporary electrical connection? Temporary wiring shall be guarded or isolated by elevating to prevent accidental contact with workmen or equipment. Vertical clearance above walkways shall not be less than 3 meters, 10 feet, for circuits carrying 600 volts or less. Wires shell is insulated from their support. Temporary festoon lighting strings shall be made up with cords having lamp sockets and connections protected by insulating coverings. Extension cord shall be of approved types and used for the purpose for which they are made. Expose empty light sockets and broken bulbs shall be prohibited. Explain fire triangle. Fire triangle is a diagram that represents the 3 components that creates a fire such as oxygen or air, fuel, and heat, source of ignition. Absence of any of the components, the fire would not occur. What is the different class of fire, types of fire? Class of fire, as per KOC. Class A, carbon-based combustible materials, wood, rubber, paper, fabric, etc. Class B, liquid, petrol, oil, thinners etc. Class C, gases, acetylene, propane, LPG, butane etc. Class D, metals, sodium, potassium, magnesium, require a special extinguishing agents. Class E, fire involving energized electrical equipment as electrical cable, electrical motor etc. What is the fire extinguishing principle? Fire extinguisher principle involves eliminating one or more of the components forming a fire triangle. Starving, the removal of fuel to the point so that nothing remains to burn. Example, turn off valves. Smothering, the removal of air or oxygen to point so that combustion ceases. Example, fire blanket, foam, and sand. Cooling, cooling of fuel to the point so that combustion vapors are no longer produced, and the temperature is dropped below the ignition point. Example, water spray, etc. Inhibiting the flame chain reaction. It is represented by the fire tetrahedron shown below. In this method, by arresting the chemical chain reaction in the flame zone, the combustion process is terminated. For example, introduce a dry chemical extinguisher, inert agent, etc. What is the transmission of heat? Transfer of heat is responsible for initiation, continuation, and extinguishment of most fires. Fire can spread by one or more of the following modes. Conduction, heat from one body is transferred to another by direct contact. Convection, heat is transferred by a circulating medium, either a gas or liquid. Radiation, heat is transferred from one body to another by heat rays, a medium in between.
Please give comment and suggestions.
Thank you.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank for visit our channel. See you next class.
Thank you.